one quick follow-up on David's question. If you could just trace for us a little bit of the exact numbers, and I guess Mr. Secretary, if you could address, what do you say to Congress, who seems to think that the Iraqis are actually backsliding? Because the numbers we had as early as, I think, March was that there were 10 battalions operating independently, and it seems as though either that is either diminished or at least not increased. And so what do you say to Congress about how this isn't working so far and why it hasn't? And can you be a little bit more specific about the numbers?
Yeah, I can tell you the numbers that are in my head. Last March, I think I said there were, I did say, and there were 10 battalions that were operating independently. And I think at the time I said there were another 88 operating in the lead. Today, the numbers I saw were 6 battalions operating independently and another almost 100 that are operating in the lead. And so the question becomes, okay, how do you go from 10 to 6 and why those changes? And the answer is quite simply that as units operate in the field, they have casualties, they consume vehicles and equipment, they need to come out of the line and be resupplied, just like our own units. So the fact that a number may be changing within a very narrow band shouldn't be overly of concern. On the other hand, we do want to see the number go into double figures and start moving more toward more Iraqi units being able to operate on their own, and more units that are operating side by side with us moving into the lead. It is a valid thing to chase, but we shouldn't put too much weight on minor variations in those numbers.
This subject hasn't come up in my conversations with members on the Hill, but if it had, I'd have said what he said.